Hello and welcome to the 19th devlog for Blue Sky Aces, a stylized World War I flight simulator. My name's Brent and today I'm going to be discussing the progress we've made over the last month. If you haven't tried the game yet, then check out the free demo available on the game's Steam page. There's a link in the description. The work this month was quite varied, from adding 2 new aircraft, starting work on a new simulation flight model, and introducing automated testing. The main focus of the last month was the addition of a more realistic flight model, which I've been referring to as the simulation flight model. The intention of this is to provide an alternative to the existing arcade model, giving players the choice to play the style that they prefer. The simulation model is primarily aimed at those players with joysticks and other flight controllers, which provide more granular control. The main difference between the flight models will be the way that the aerodynamic forces are simulated, and various small nuances that aircraft enthusiasts will appreciate. In practice, that means that the existing arcade model will feel snappy and precise, and you won't need to worry about the many quirks that these old aircraft had. Instead, you can just focus on shooting down enemy aircraft. Alternatively, the new simulation model will require more gentle handling, and the appreciation of the dangers of stalls and spins, gyroscopic progression, propeller torque, and other gotchas of these old aircraft. While these quirks could be frustrating for casual players, in experienced hands they could be used to gain advantages in combat. While not targeted at casual players, it will provide a progression option for them to move to once they've mastered combat with the arcade model. One downside of the simulation model is that it requires much more testing to verify each aircraft's handling characteristics, which is threatening to become extremely time consuming due to the number of aircraft in the game, which is currently sitting at 14 but still growing. This testing is also extremely subjective and difficult to measure specifics like roll, yaw and pitch rates. The solution to this was automation. As while it could take me days to test every aircraft, automating these tests promised to do the majority of this work for me in much less time and with better results. One of the ways automation helps here is that while I can only control one aircraft at a time, the computer can control them all, simultaneously running the tests for all aircraft at the same time. To add to that, it can run tests multiple times, recording the results of every test, averaging them out to give me real numbers on how each aircraft performed. This has allowed me to quickly tune each aircraft to match its performance specifications, with very little time and effort. What's even better is it can quickly run the test after making a change to the flight model to verify that nothing has broken. In the last week, I've also been using this to validate some of the new maneuvers that are now possible with a simulated model, such as stall turns, tail slides and spins. Early in the month, we also added 2 new aircraft to the lineup. The first was a Hansa Brandenburg D1, also known as KD, short for Kampf Doppeldecker, or fighting biplane in English. This single-seat biplane was rejected by Germany due to poor handling, but despite this was ordered by Austria-Hungary and entered service in the autumn of 1916. It remained the standard fighter of the Austro-Hungarian Air Force until mid-1917. The obvious feature that stands out with this aircraft is the unusual star strutter arrangement of interplane struts made from steel tubes. These were supposed to increase strength and reduce drag, although that last point is debatable. These gave the aircraft the nickname of Spider, although its poor handling gave it a less flattering name of Coffin. The second aircraft was the Sopwith triplane, a British fighter introduced in December of 1916, which has the distinction of being the first military triplane to enter service. This aircraft was highly manoeuvrable and had an excellent rate of climb compared to its contemporaries. The Germans were so impressed that they experimented with over 30 triplane designs of their own, which led to the creation of the famous Fokker DR-1, flown by none other than the Red Baron. Despite these successes, the 2 aircraft turned out to be exceptions, with most triplane designs being failures. I've made short videos on both these aircraft, so if you're interested to know more, then check out the links in the description. For the next month, the plan is to complete the simulation flight model and release a demo update containing this feature. There's also new aircraft models that are waiting to be brought into the game, such as the Fokker D6. I'd also like to have a look at simulating damage better, both visually and by increasing the types of damage that aircraft can sustain, such as fuel, oil and radiator leaks, damage-controlled surfaces, and pilot and gunner health. Alright, that's it for this time. If you enjoyed this, then please hit the like button. It's a tiny thing, but it makes a big difference to the channel. And click subscribe so you don't miss out on the next update. If you'd like to give the game a try, then check out the link in the description to the game's Steam page, where you can play the demo for free. And don't forget to wishlist it so you're notified when the game is released. If you got this far, then thanks for listening, and I'll see you again next time.